So we are talking today about birth, rebirth, the birth of Christ, Christmas, Christ Mas. And a question I have is birth naturally, organically, and inevitably filled with contractions? Or can it be a graceful birth without contractions, just expansions? Now, I'm not going to answer that question. I'm just going to pose it. And we're going to start with this little song that you could say is about my physical birth, me and my mom, but it's about a lot of people's birth, especially back in the last millennium. All I need to do is remember the first line, and then it'll all come back to me. Well, oh yeah, okay. Well, I was born in deep confusion with a band-aid on my knee, 'cause my mom and I were drugged up to induce delivery. I do not like being pressured when I can't get out myself, and to be born in a hospital was dangerous to my health. Obstetrician, don't you slap my butt, 'cause I'd come out in my own time if my cord you didn't cut. Obstetrician, get those pliers off my head, 'cause I'd come out in my own time if you didn't give mom those meds. Just because I don't have words yet doesn't mean I'm not smart. And if I had the language, I'd say listen to your hearts. I'd say birth me underwater, not under your knife, 'cause it's time you took some lessons from your neighborhood midwife. Obstetrician, don't take me away from mom, 'cause we're both having bad hair days and we really need to bond. Obstetrician, listen to my scream, 'cause ignoring my birth trauma isn't good for my esteem. Well, we've just been on a journey and I need some rest, but you whisk me off of mama and her sweet warm treasured chest. The light is bright, the room is cold, it's not womb temperature. It's my first taste of your planet and I am not wanting more. Obstetrician, I forgot the words, but it's okay, 'cause we're here at Namaste and life's absurd. While I'm venting, here's a truth about us guys. We might grow up more peaceful if we were not circumcised. Obstetricians, it's transformation time. For to birth our young non-violently is a must for humankind. To birth our babes non-violently is a must for humankind. My daughter was born in a hot tub in our living room underwater. So everything's perfect, whatever birth you've had. But the question I want to ask is, do we need contractions? When birthing the Christ, when birthing who we really are, do we need to go through a long, dark passageway and then finally get to the light while the walls are closing in? Or is it possible to be complete with suffering as impetus for awakening? I do believe wherever we are, we're in our perfect place, whether we need contractions. Certainly they're not punitive. They don't come because we deserve them. But sometimes we do need the walls to close in to move forward. The more we get comfortable outside of our comfort zone, the less life needs to give us a little shove, as what Alan Cohn would say. The less we need our movies created by in-your-face productions. The more willing we are to take risks and try new things and feel the feelings that are uncomfortable, the more Holy Spirit can take us by the hand and lead us as gently and gracefully as taking a very quiet walk on a summer afternoon through the forest. Now, I wrote a poem about the end of struggle, and I finished it. I thought I finished it. And I read it to some friends, and they said, I feel like judging myself for how much I struggle. Like, your poem was so brilliant, but it made me feel bad about myself because I still struggle. And I heard that a number of times, so I decided to add the following to the poem. I have one final message, and then I will go. You can't give up struggle completely, you know. There are rites of passages, powerful rites, where struggle is part of you birthing more life. Try reading this poem to a woman in labor. She'd say, out of my face and don't do me no favors. Our struggles are sometimes endearingly human. They spice up our life like fresh garlic or cumin. So next time you struggle, please don't self-attack. Don't struggle with struggle. Let's cut you some slack. Because when you are kind to yourself in your struggles, the kindness alone brings relief on the double. So struggle is not God's will, but it does come when we're in the middle of an expansion. We interpret it as danger, and we start to contract and hold our breath and contract our muscles and close our mind from moving forward. So then it feels like struggle is inevitable. It's not. There's nothing in the universe saying, you have to learn through struggle. But when you are struggling, it's really important to be kind, patient, and gentle with yourself. And whenever you're struggling, your body is experiencing cortisol, the stress hormone. Some people would say fight or flight response. And one of the most powerful tools to release the stress, the cortisol, the fight or flight, is a practice called the emotional freedom technique, where you tap on various acupressure points while focused on what you're struggling with, whether it be a headache or grief, fear of losing money, whatever and this is so beautifully different than, let's say, science of mind, religious science, law of attraction, where they say, no, you have to think positive. And that's what you'll attract. But if you think negative, you'll attract more negative stuff. And Course in Miracles comes along and says quite the opposite. Your task is not to seek for love, it's to seek for and remove the barriers that you have placed to the awareness of love's presence. So when we tap, we do spend a little conscious time focusing on what ails us. And when it starts to release, you can go to, I give this to the Holy Spirit, all is well, there's nothing to fear, I'm relaxing now, and so on. So I want to just invite, some of you have some challenges, maybe the holiday blues, something going on, and I would love for you to unmute and share what's going on, what are you struggling with, and allow me to guide you in some tapping that we all will do and benefit from.
Scott,
I'm here.
as a OB nurse for 27 years in a level 1 hospital, which meant I was in labor and delivery, postpartum, and nursery, I would have the woman pant the family through the whole schmeely dealy. I will speak of contractions only briefly. Some women experienced great drama with the body, and the relaxing helped. But one woman in 27 years of so many birthings and so many openings of the intimate feminine said, that was the best orgasm of my life when the head came out, the baby came out. And so to speak of contractions, they're not our enemy at all. It is my resistance to the contraction that gives me a problem.
Absolutely.
But
Thank
I
you.
only wanted to share with that
Do
because
you want to share something that you're wanting
we
support
often
for?
think
Because
of,
I'd like to use our time to support people right now.
thank you. I
Yeah,
was just asking that as a
it's a beautiful
supportive.
thing, and it reminds me that Gandhi had a
Thank
whole,
you very much, Scott.
yeah, Gandhi had an appendectomy without any anesthesia. Once you like really master this no resistance, then pain is just very strong, intense sensations. And when you have no judgments or contractions around sensations, even intense sensations can be sensational. That's a level of mastery not too many people have, but boy, it's a good goal to be so non-resistant that any sensation going on in your body is experienced with innocence, curiosity, no thoughts from the past, no fears about the future, just wonder. Wow, what a wonderful experience this is. Who would like to use our time together for some support today? Well, let me share some other things that are on the menu. If you're not wanting to receive, I'd be happy to make up some songs or give me a little something to speak about or to sing about. Be my muse, and I will do something amusing for you.
Good morning, Scott. This is Dia.
Good morning, dia. Buenos dia.
I am buenos dias. Wow. I love this. And I do not have this hearing
You do not
today.
have this what?
I do not have my not my, but the recurring searing 12-hour head issue today. And this is a perfect time for you to assist in, I'm grabbing with my whole being your idea of, which I have practiced, but this is stepping it up. When it's in, let's do this little time with really being in, as Gandhi was it Gandhi? Sorry, with the appendectomy, with the pain,
Sure.
or whatever you want to call it. Yes, and
So,
just
so let me open this up.
experiencing it as sensation.
Everybody, let's all think of some pain you have, or will have.
Right.
Pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. So, uh, yeah, let's do some tapping on this. Is that all right with you, Dia? Can you see?
Yeah, this is a
I know I
perfect,
can't see
perfect
you.
topic. Yeah,
So,
perfect.
so, yeah. Um, so, even though pain arises, I choose to deeply love and accept myself. Even though I am used to fighting, running away, or judging painful sensations, I choose to love and honor myself. Even though I've been conditioned to just hold my breath, take a pill, do whatever it takes while I'm holding the thought, this pain sucks. Bad pain. And even though that's been my history, it's not my destiny. And I choose to be a peacemaker and bring the peace of God to the sensations going on that I have called pain, as I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. These throbbing sensations, these sensations that I have called pain, I have a lifetime of trying to avoid these kinds of sensations. And it seems counterintuitive and a little insane to just be with them, to actually move closer to just being one with these sensations. Bringing like a curiosity, a state of wonder, a meditative awareness to these sensations. Letting go of the past associations I've had with pain. Letting go of that belief that I must hold my breath, tense my muscles, and contract my awareness and my body to deal with pain. I'm open and willing now to do exactly the opposite. Breathing into these sensations, welcoming them, letting go of any future fear that these sensations will get worse, letting go of any future around these sensations. There is no past and no future. Letting go of the me that I think I am experiencing these sensations. Letting go of that old belief that I am my body and that I am in pain. There is no I, just these sensations. Energy is alive and moving within me. And as I'm one with these sensations, letting go of all resistance to them, I am experiencing relief and release. I'm experiencing God's tenderness, caressing this body, these sensations. Such oneness, such peace, such surrender. I can honestly say, while I'm experiencing this, I am happy. Because I know that I am the infinite. And this body is just a wink, a blink of an eye, giving this pain to the Holy Spirit, feeling holy, instant relief, experiencing the timelessness of these sensations. Grateful for this lesson in non-resistance. Grateful for this practice of meditating through pain. Meditating with pain as my mantra. Grateful for the peace in and around this pain. And grateful for its complete and total release in body, mind, and spirit. How lovely. So I'll put this up on YouTube and it'll be on my channel. I'll probably put up the whole time together and then maybe at some point just put up the tapping so that people who just want to use the tapping can find it very easily.
Scott, that was a fabulous, beautiful gift.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, thank you. So perfect.
Yeah. 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 It's nice to hold the thought, or at least to be open to the possibility that where we're going is a place where struggle is a thing of the past, where it's in the museum of natural egoic history. Oh, look at that. Let's oh, that's when human beings struggled. Oh, wow, that was an interesting time. At the same time that we're open to that, we're also bringing loving kindness, meditative awareness, and tremendous compassion for when we are struggling and for when others are struggling. Questions, thoughts, comments?
Scott, I have a request. You know, this may be some help with for all of us about being willing to be really welcoming of whatever comes, because often holidays can bring up such sadness or other things. And especially because we're with often we see family members we don't see all the time. So just maybe a little walkthrough on welcoming everything so that we're kind of in that direction of welcoming with wonder instead of with a little bit of fear or trepidation, everything that might be coming our way. Thank you.
Right, which is a bit of a continuation of what we just did, yeah? Except we did that with pain. So now we'll bring that state of wonder to our conversation about just welcoming everything, and especially emotionally around the holidays. Sometimes we get to spend most of our lives without being around people who push our buttons. And some of us during the holiday season, you can pick your nose, you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your relatives, except on a soul level. Somebody asked me to put my YouTube channel in the chat. Let me just do that. I think this should get you there. All right, that's done. So let's do it. Let's do it through tapping. So just look where I tap. You can repeat the words if you're muted, or just let them wash over you. And just think about something that is hard for you to welcome. And there are levels. There's judging, there's accepting, and welcoming is like the graduate course, and judging and then accepting. There is a bridge between judgment and acceptance, and that is accepting your judgment. In other words, to be conscious. I'm judging this as an unpleasant experience. I'm judging that I would be better off elsewhere. And I love and accept myself for holding that judgment. I stop judging myself for having that judgment. I accept myself right in the middle of my non-acceptance. And then I would use a little humor and playfulness, even maybe exaggerate it. Like, God, I hate this. Oh, I hate this so much. Oh, I hate this so much. And look at yourself in the mirror and stick out your tongue. You're so good at hating things. You're so good at hating them. And then you're in levity, you're in playfulness, you're in the solution rather than the problem. So step one, become conscious of the judgments that are causing your energy to contract. You're holding your breath and you're going into a situation already tense, pre-judging, prejudice. You are prejudging that you're not going to have a good time, that those people are going to push your buttons, that you don't have the tools and the skills to return to peace if your buttons get pushed. Bullshit. You're well along, you've got the tools, you can handle having your buttons pushed. So let's say you do get to a place of acceptance. You can even go to bring it on, Holy Spirit, Bring it on. And that's what Vicky means by welcoming. Ooh, root canal. Ooh, what a juicy meditation retreat this is going to be. Oh, getting my mother-in-law who loves Donald Trump right next to me during Christmas dinner. Oh, this is going to be such an opportunity to practice just being the peace of God. So, yeah, let's not tap on this. Just, it's also about welcoming the feelings that get triggered. So many of us think we're supposed to be in a certain place on our spiritual journey, and then our relatives or the IRS or something comes along, and we're seemingly back where we were when we were not so spiritually evolved. And then the critic, the ego, loves taking those moments and saying, see, I told you, you haven't made progress. Bad girl, bad boy, you suck. Your spiritual practices haven't gotten you anywhere. But really, our path is like a spiral mountain. We keep going around the mountain, getting a little higher, but as we keep going higher, we revisit certain patterns and situations and challenges, and we experience them from a higher point of view. We experience them and have more tools. We're more quick to forgive ourselves. We're more quick to let go of guilt. And then we just keep getting higher. But we keep revisiting the same places, not because there's something we're doing wrong. It's just that's the way Holy Spirit helps us wake up. And also, it's a way that we get to measure our progress. Because it may take weeks at a certain point to recover from a visit to your neurotic family. And then you realize, wow, it only took me a few hours of coming home and sitting in a bubble bath to be back to my own space. So it's really important to give yourself permission to keep revisiting old addictions, patterns, or whatever. Don't call them relapses. Don't call them mistakes. It's actually all part of the divine plan. What else is on your mind or heart this morning? Well,
Scott, those words, this is Dia again, but gosh darn, I mean, this is gold. This is stuff you can take to the bank. Wow, thank you, thank you, thank you.
yay. So glad. You can take this to the bank and you can make deposits and withdrawals. And you can let your interest accumulate, because when you're interested in this stuff, your interest accumulates and it compounds. I can go on and on with these metaphors, by the way. I've got an arsenal. Anybody want to give me a topic for a song? We'll kind of close this out with a song.
Taking stuff to the bank. I love where you went with that.
All right. I'm the richest person on earth. My savings have gotten a rebirth. I'm not misbehaving, it's love that I'm saving, and I'm putting first things first. My bank is open 24/7, making deposits in the kingdom of heaven. Every time I give, I receive. I'm getting richer with every breath I breathe. I'm invested in futures by investing in the here and now. I wish you the best. If it's love you invest, the rest of your life you'll say, wow. The rest of your life you'll say, wow.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. That was so soothing. Soothingness comes through you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, dearest. Oh, yeah, soothing is good medicine, isn't it?
It is.
Thank you, Scott. Really helped me a lot. So,
Glad. Yay. Very good. Wow. Well, we'll see you next week. Next week will be Christmas week. Next Friday will be the 22nd. And I look forward to being with you again.
Thank you.
Scott.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everybody.
thank you.
Thank
Love
you.
you all.
Have a good day.
So much.
Yo.